So hello everyone, it's Abdi and I'm back for yet another video, and I hope you guys are having a great time and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so my new subscribers and my old subscribers, I love you guys so much, and I am coming to you guys as a hairdresser today. So are we ready to do this? So okay, so today you guys have seen the title, you guys have heard balayage. Some people call it balayage, some people call it balayage and all that. Then we have foiling or highlighting. So today I'll be discussing with you guys about the differences between foiling, hair painting and balayage. Okay, I love you guys so much and thanks for your patience with me. So let's do this. So I actually have my phone because with my phone it's easier to see the points that I've written out about balayage and foiling. Okay, so first of all, let's go into foiling. Foiling has been with us from the very beginning as hairdressers, beauticians, hairstylists and all. Like guys, you have to have foiling during your education in school. It's compulsory, mandatory, it's all of it, all the above. So what we know about foiling is that first, foiling is very structured. It gives you those slices. You can have a natural stitch, a fine stitch, extra stitch, and you can also have a slicing. Okay, so when it comes to foiling, you can actually make your foils scream, whisper or shout. So that's the three stuff it can do. You can make your hair scream, shout or whisper, which means depending on the type of texture you're taking when you're foiling, it will give you the result you want. Okay, so now we all know that in order to get the best kind of brightness, we always opt for our foils. Well, the French people decided to do something different. Okay, so they created this technique called balayage, which is also known as a free painting technique, freehand painting technique. Okay, that has this kind of natural softness to it. Now what I love about the balayage, before I continue with this video, I just want you guys to know that all hair painting is not balayage, but all balayage is hair painting, in the sense that I'll see people paint the hair. Oh my god, I just made this part of the head light, and they tell me, oh my god, I just did the balayage. I'm like, no, it's not. All balayage is hair painting, but not all hair painting are balayage. So let's break it down. So balayage, you can use balayage to do three stuffs. You can use the balayage to make the hair pop, you can use it to make the hair balanced, and you can also use it to make the hair have more brightness. Now we have these different techniques. We have the V shaping, the W shaping and the J shaping. So when you do these single points, double points and triple points, what it does is that one will give you more of a pop, which is the single point. The double point will give you more of a balanced brightness, just more balanced, not crazy. And the final one is the 3 points to 5 points to 8 points, whichever points you want to put there. That will give you more of a brightness, like more brightness, more boldness. Very beautiful for long hair, because you want the hair at the back to have more brightness. When the hair is longer, you want it to look more longer, even if it's not. So now what you should know about foiling is that when it comes to foiling, foiling is good for people's hair which is a level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, right? And level 6 also. So balayage is best for people that have a level 7 and above. If you have a level 7 and above, balayage is the best option for you. But if you have a level 6 and below, it's best to use foiling if you're trying to go blonde, okay? But balayage is best for people with level 7 and above. It works so well on them. I have a picture I'll put in the screen. You'll see the guest I have. She has a level 7 hair and it works so beautifully. So now the difference between a balayage and the foils is that for foils you have to go in more often, like every 3 to 6 weeks. Some people go in 8 weeks, which is not advisable, because then you're practically almost doing a color correction. Let me tell you, especially when your hair is like an Asian dark hair. Are you kidding me? Oh honey, that is a whole lot of work. Okay, so for a balayage is good for people with low maintenance, people that don't like to go to the salon more often, people that goes to the salon 2-3 times a year, or maximum, or 4 at most a year. those people, it's best for them to go for a balayage, because a balayage would work so well on them, because it gives you that natural growth where it blends into your natural hair. So be willing to see your natural hair, okay, if you want that, okay. And then you can always go in to touch up the front. So if you want to see yourself blonde all the time, just go in for them to touch up the front, to raise the balayage higher towards the face area, or do what we call a money piece or a face framing highlighting system for you, okay. So yeah, now we've gotten a first glance of what the balayage is. It's a hair painting technique, and it's very creative, it's very balayage, and I love it. I love it because I actually am a certified balayage artist. It took me almost 2 years to really get the different techniques, and you know, I had to do a lot of practicing too, so it was nice to actually get that and say, oh, you're a certified balayage artist in the United States. It's amazing, guys. It's not easy. Lots of money too, honey. Lots of money. So, but for a foiling, yeah, you have to go in more often. You cannot help it. I'm sorry. Especially if you don't like to go to the salon more often, you have to go in because it's a high maintenance hairstyle. I just have to tell you guys the truth about foiling and balayage. Now people will tell me, oh, which one is better, which one is better? Well, we have this rule: do not put down any of the techniques, okay? You can have your favorite, but you always have to show the options to your guests. Like, this is what foils will do, and this is what a balayage looks like. Show them a picture and stuff like that, then they'll pick which of them they prefer. Now, if someone paints a piece of hair and tell you that's a balayage, no, it's not. That is hair painting, okay? That is hair painting. Because I'm tired of seeing people tell me, oh my god, I just did a balayage. I'm like, and I'm looking at the balayage and I'm like, wait, no. And I'll also put a picture of a foil that I did so you guys can see the difference between a foil. Though my foils are called transformation foils, because when you see them, you'll be like, wait, that's not foil. Well, I'll put it and still tell you why my foils look different from the balayage. You see the balayage and you see the foils here, okay, on the screen below. So now let's get to the points. I have written them out. Now for my points, for foils, yes, when you're doing a foils, right, you're always using your wrist. Like, you go with the foil, you get this, your comb like this, you do this, and you place it on the person's hair, and you start applying with your wrist like this, and your brush like this. You see, I'm using more of my wrist, right? But when I'm doing a balayage, I didn't say violin. So when I'm doing a balayage, place the person's hair on it, and then work my way. So I'll lock it, pop it, and drop it, okay? So a balayage, I am using more of my elbow, which is the natural flow of the hands and the body, and as such, it prevents me from having what we call carpal tunnel. But when I'm doing a foil, I'm using a lot of wrist work, lots of it, like, honey, like I'm voguing with my brush when I'm doing foils, okay?
Oh no, she didn't. Oh no, this heifer didn't.
I'm voguing, but when I'm doing a balayage, I'm like, I'm dancing, you see? Just put it in you're dancing while you're going, when you're doing a balayage. But when you're doing a foils, you are voguing, with your wrist, okay? So, I think that works well, right? Now, when you're doing a foil is very horizontal. It's very horizontal. You're going like this. But when you're doing a balayage, you're going vertically upwards, okay? You lock it, pop it, and drop it, okay? I love that. Lock it, pop it, drop it, drop it. Thank you, Johnny Latona. Okay, so shout out to Johnny Latona for that idea when I was learning how to do a balayage and get my certification. Okay, so when you're doing a foil, it's more horizontal, it's more saturated. You have to go in with your lightener and really press it so you have a complete saturation. But when you're doing a balayage, you're doing just the surface of the hair. You're not painting it, you're not making sure it goes into the hair strand like completely. No, you're just doing more of a surface. That's why it does not form. You don't have like bleeding. It prevents you from having those bleeding situation where it's bleeding and all that. Except your experience, then you know how to do your foils without them bleeding. When you're doing a foiling, right, the ends of the hair to the base of the hair has the same amount of brightness. There's no seamlessness like from dark to light. No, it's just from the beginning to the end is the same brightness, and it stops wherever the lightener stops. Okay, so that's a very important thing to know about foiling. It is very structured. Oh my god, yes. I said it earlier too, when you're doing your foils, it's very structured. You cannot do any creativity like, oh my god, let me put some layer here and let me put some darkness here. No, it's 2 highlights, 1 low light, slice, weave, or you're voguing, literally voguing. There is no creativity really, you're just voguing. But when you're dancing, you can dance, you can vogue, you see, you're adding more creativity. That's what a balayage stands for, in my opinion. So it's for foils, I'll repeat them. It's horizontal, it's very structured, it gives you brightness from the base to the ends. It's a lot of heat too when you put the foils on the hair. There's a lot of heat incubating. It's like you're cooking the hair. Let me put it that way. It sounds weird, but that's the truth. And you need the full saturation. Okay, now for balayage, honey, balayage takes it to a whole different level. For balayage, you need your nice vertical sections. You're creating your triangles. It's very vertical. You're going upwards, you're locking it, you're popping it, and you're dropping it. It's the surface, like I said earlier. Also, you don't go into the styling often as much as someone who does foiling, and you see my guest hair and you see why she doesn't come in often, which looks amazing. Okay. And it's very organic, it's very natural. Like I said, when you're using your elbow, you're using, it's the way your body moves, so it's very organic, it's very natural, it's very it's very san, if you guys know what I mean. Okay, you can customize it, it's very creative. And for someone like me that is a transformation hairstylist, I love it because it's so beautiful to be creative. I don't feel like, oh, you're just a hairdresser. No, I'm more of an artist when I'm working, and I love that. And that's why I have all these colors to have fun with. Okay, it is more diffuse, yes, because it goes from the darkness of the person's hair, better for people from level 7 and above. It goes from the darkness into the brightness. When you do the points, you in the picture too, you also see it. You can take it, you can do a balayage ombre, you can do a balayage, you can do a foliage balayage. There are different ways you can go with your balayage, and you can also do face framing. So that's what I love about a balayage, because when the regrowth is just gorgeous, it's amazing and it's unique. So when you're doing a balayage, right, it is very hair open. So when you're doing your foils, you put it, when you're doing your foiling, you always, that's why it's called foiling or highlighting, you have to put it in foils, close it up and incubate, right? But when you're doing your balayage, you can actually open it, leave it open, and I'll also put a picture to show you what it looks like. And then this becomes your friend. Balayage wraps like this becomes your friends. They are very biodegradable, very amazing for your balayage. And I think I have this one here. So you'll be using wraps like this for your balayage. If you want, it's optional. But if you're doing foils, you must use a foil. Okay, so those are the difference between a balayage and a foil. So for foiling, you can do open hair, or you can just use a wrap just to cover it, just for it to look pretty and cute. Okay, and that's what I love about it. And when you're doing a balayage, you have to use more of, some people use regular lighteners, but I prefer using clay lighteners because they clay up, they keep brightening while open. But when I'm doing a regular foiling, I have to use a regular traditional lightener. And yes, these are the differences between foiling and balayage. And I hope this helps you guys out there that have always been confused about foiling and balayage and hair painting. Hair painting, if I take a streak of hair or a strand of hair, an area of hair, and I just saturate it with lightener, that is painting. I'm just painting it. But when I go into balayage, I have to be very creative. The placement, 5 points, 3 points, 2 points, 1 point, you know, J-hooking, different techniques. I can use a balayage to do a saturation, a veiling, or a surface paint. But when I'm doing foiling, it's different. It's full saturation, like complete saturation. So you can use your balayage in 3 ways: veil, surface, and saturation. Okay, I love you guys so much, and I hope you learned a lot from this video, and I cannot wait to see you guys soon in the next video. From Saudi, and that's nice to them.